I'm trying to make a little video here just to introduce myself. And to say that I'm trying, probably like Teresa of Avila or Madame Guyon, very popular lady. She wrote Experiencing God Through Prayer. People like that, see, nice people who are trying to help you to find what they found. And they usually say the same kind of things. They say it's very simple, and all you have to do is become quiet. See, and then God answers. Okay, but so what I'm trying to do is to maybe in modern language, just kind of bring up to date what they were trying to say. But I was saying, for me, it's a process also. See, I'm getting better as I get older. As the years go by, I get better, and it takes me a long time to be able to say things, to become unstuck, and then to see clearly. And then I say it, and when I say it, it takes me, I don't know, half an hour. And then a year later, it takes less time. Or even a day later. See, sometimes it's a day later. But the first time I get it out, it's not so easy to get out. But then later it's very clear. And then it becomes, I can say it simpler and simpler and more directly. See, so I think I'm better now than I was. I can say it more directly. And I made a little meditation. Oh, I didn't make it, but I practice it. Let's put it that way. And it's helpful. Helps you just to sit still. Because what else binds you? Oh yes, I never did finish what I was going to say, and that is pride. We think of pride as a great thing. Pride in our school, and pride in this, and pride in that. But it's like a form of enslavement. Have you noticed? When somebody's prideful, they don't want to admit they're wrong. It's like it holds them. It won't let them admit they're wrong. How many of you had a parent who couldn't admit he was wrong or she was wrong, or who could just be quiet and be with you? See, there's always something in the way. Always something or stopping them. A lot of dads are that way. Something's stopping them from being there for you. It's blocking them. See, it's some kind of pride. So pride is not a good thing. And pride is a binding force that keeps you from freedom. You have to see that. Okay? So all these things have to be let go of so you can become free. And God helps you once you begin the journey. There's not much for you to do. St. Augustine said, love God and then do as you will. I understand what he meant. He meant, once God has you in tow, see, which he may have from the very beginning. See, salvation has always been there for you. Forgiveness has always been there for you. You just haven't grasped it. So, now do you see why it's not so bad if you haven't found? God gives us freedom so we can stub our toe and mess up and make some mistakes and try it without him. He lets us do that so we can see. Okay? Until finally we cry uncle and say help. Then he answers. Okay? But be careful, the bad guy can answer too, and the world will answer. Yes, they will cry out to them. Look for sympathy from them. And they won't have it for you. But they also resent you. They resent you because they see you don't have love. You just have a need. And so they give you their sympathy that you craved, but they resent you. Perhaps have contempt for you. But then they feel guilty for their contempt. See? A lot of women with their husbands are that way. The husband cries out for support for his ego. And she provides it, but then she resents him. See, she has contempt for the sniveling dog who's clawing for her approval and her support. But then what? Then she feels guilty for it because it's wrong to resent. him and to have contempt for him, see? So then she feels guilty. So then she's extra nice. Does a lot extra things for him to make up for the guilt. See? So you see how that works. So all of this stuff, you have to begin to see it. And seeing it, just seeing it is of itself the beginning of freedom, and is freedom. In other words, if you always thought something was really, really great and wonderful and good, and now you just see that it's not so, but you don't resent seeing it. That's all. Just don't resent seeing it. And now you see that it's not. There's not much there. There's no there, as Gertrude Stein said. Okay? There's no there. So you see, it's like going for the extra piece of pie. Once upon a time, you thought it was really, 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 really something. And now all of a sudden, it's not that great. I can do without it. See? So that's what life comes to be. Okay? And the people, the French have a saying, what do they say? La belle indifférence? Or la belle insouciance? I can't remember which it is. But it's like the sweet or the light lack of caring or indifference. But not in a bad way. See? Ignatius of Loyola talked about indifference. But I understand what he meant. He meant just having an attitude of no attitude toward the world. Not liking nor disliking. Just observing, discerning. See? Without judging. Without saying this is great, this is bad, this is good, this is no good. Just observing, like you're on vacation and you're going through on vacation. You know how when you're on vacation you look at the sights and see many things. See, and just like that, go through life like an observer. And the meditation that I have helps you to do that. Helps you to stand back. See, because when you make too much of something and then it enslaves you and you see the enslavement. See, even love from a person. You crave their love and then you see the enslavement. Then you resent them or resent yourself. But can you see how the resentment is also binds you, fixates you to them and makes you guilty? That's how people become codependent, is through resentment. None of them have the love to set each other free. But God has the love. Jesus has the love to set you free. See? My name is Roland.